Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I am in fact on the PTR testing out demo today. I just basically want to give my first thoughts on Demonology Warlocks in Shadowlands right now on the PTR, and obviously I want to talk about spells, talents, PvP talents and so much more. So I really do hope you enjoy it. We're into Siege of Borealis today, so pretty good. Siege of Borealis, we are at Ashrain Docks. At this target dummy, the other one is absolutely jam-packed, so we're not going to go there today. But guys, I'm going to jump straight into it. If you didn't know already, basically I created a Affliction Warlock video similar to this one. So basically I'm going to do the same for Destro as well in a few days, hopefully. So fingers crossed everybody enjoys that. But guys, as you know, Shadowlands is coming. It's literally right around the corner. October 27th is when it actually releases, which is great. Can't wait for it. But in Shadowlands, there's a new level cap. So in BFA right now, you start, well, you don't start at 120, but you get up to 120 and then you basically get reverted to level 50 in Shadowlands, and then you actually level up to level 60. So that's one thing to obviously note. You start at level 50 in Shadowlands, so your character gets reverted from 120 to 50, and they get downscaled. So obviously, stat squishes is a big thing right now, which is great. Level cap's been changed, and just overall, it's actually a really good thing for the game, in my opinion. So can't wait to jump into Shadowlands. But one big thing, you can see, all my action bars are in fact full. That's right, every single bit of my action bar is completely full. Now, the only problem with demo is that you have so much more spells than the other two specs, in my personal opinion, that you actually use a lot. For example, you have all your curses now, you have Demonic Circle, you have your Demonic Tyrant, you have the Stun, you also have like 3 or 2 different PvP talents. You have so much to actually work with that it's a bit overwhelming for a new player, but at the end of the day, I've been playing Warlock since the start of BC, so I'm definitely not new to, you know, having loads of spells, which is great. But guys, we're going to jump straight into it, talking to you about the generic Warlock spells first, and then what we'd do is we'd go into the demo Warlock spells, talents, PvP talents, and then hopefully end the video with some arena games, and hopefully, man, a battleground. But I might not be able to do a battleground today, because I know that when I tried doing a battleground video, well, not a battleground video, but just a battleground in general last time, it took an hour and 30 minutes to actually get the queue. And I actually may have been longer than that, so kind of bad on that regard. But guys, starting off with the generic Warlock spells, right? We have Axe Toss. This will change for all 3 specs, so depending on what demon you have out, obviously it could have your Fell Hunter ability or your Succubus ability, but because I'm demo, it has the Axe Toss there, so don't worry about that. We obviously have generic spells like Banish, Healthstone, Soulwell, but the main ability I want to talk about today, guys, is Corruption. So I covered this in Affliction, but basically Corruption is baseline for Destro, Demo, and Affliction now. But for Affliction, it's on an instant cast. So what I mean by this is, say there's an enemy in front of you, you just click that ability once, and obviously, press that ability, and it's an instant cast, so it'll go on the target instantaneously, which is great. But for Destro and Demo, right, Corruption is on a 1.4 second cast time, and in my opinion, it doesn't really deal too much damage. I just don't see it being that great for Demo and Destro, if I'm completely honest, because it's a 1.4 second cast, and as you know, Demo and Destro are soul shard spending specs. So basically, they generate their soul shards up to full, they spend it on one ability, and then they rinse and repeat, right? Destro, what they do is they get their soul shards up, they spend it on Care Spell, they rinse and repeat. Demo's the same in regards to, they actually spend their soul shards on Hand of Gul'dan and then into their big tyrant, and then that's how they do, their solid damage, especially if you're playing demonic consumption, but I'll cover that later. But overall, guys, I don't really see a point where you would stop mid-rotation to use Corruption unless the enemy's kind of running. But yet again, you can just put your Dreadstalkers on them. But I know your Dreadstalkers can be like Ice Novid and slowed, but at this, at the same time, Corruption, it doesn't really deal too much damage to the enemy. I can see if the enemy's running behind a pillar, maybe you want to put it on just so they can't just get out of combat and, just start eating and drinking. So I guess it's good there, but I think it's more of a PvE thing potentially, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. We have our curses back, Curse of Exhaustion, Curse of Tongues, and Curse of Weakness. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait for Shadowlands to hit so I can try it out, doing some plays with all the different curses and just trying it in arena and battlegrounds. Really can't wait, man. But first of all, Curse of Exhaustion. If you don't remember this, basically what it does is it reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. I covered this, these spells in the Affliction Warlock video. So if you want to check that out, then the link will be in the description down below for that. But basically, if you don't know, you can only have one curse on one enemy at a time. So say if this is a warrior, right, and I want Curse of Weakness on him, I can't also put Curse of Exhaustion. It will replace the curse that is already on that target. But say if there's 2 targets, I can put Curse of Exhaustion on one target and then Curse of Weakness on the other target. So you can have all your curses out at once if there's enough enemies, but you just can't have more than one curse on that one target, which is actually good. I think it's good. Imagine having 3 curses on one target. That would be a nightmare and it'd be a bit OP, so I wouldn't obviously recommend doing that change, but overall I think it's really, really nice just having one on one target. We have Curse of Tongues. I had a really nice comment on my Affliction Warlock PTR video, on my first thoughts video. I actually covered this wrong, so I do apologise to everybody who watched that video, but basically I want to cover this in as much detail as possible now. So basically, Curse of Tongues, it doesn't increase your cast time. What it does, if you put it on the enemy, it's going to increase their cast time between, when they cast a spell. So basically, say if the enemy is a Warlock, right, and they cast Fear. What I can do, put Curse of Tongues on them, and when they cast Fear, it's going to actually increase their cast time of that ability by 30%. So it's really, really nice. Basically, say if a mage is using GPI and they're trying to do big burst, just put that on them. It's going to increase their casting time of GPI by 30% and all of their spells that they want to cast for 30 seconds. Really, really nice. This is going to be a big ability you want to be using in PvP. Every single curse is going to be, unique in their own way, and I just can't wait to use this. So basically, just to note, this doesn't increase your cast time or decrease it. So basically, it doesn't make you cast faster. It makes the enemy, take longer to actually cast their spell. So very, very nice. We have Curse of Weakness. Increases the time between an enemy's attack by 20%. Really good against melee, especially if a rogue's trying to do their big burst on you. Put that on the rogue. Can actually increase their attack time. What I mean by this is it's going to increase the time between an enemy's attack by 20%. Last 2 minutes, which is really, really nice. Pretty sure these curses can be dispelled. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they can. But overall, this is really nice. Very good against melee, especially like Arms Warrior or Demon Hunter or Monk or Rogue. Just because it's going to allow you to take less damage in a short window, and it's going to be very, very good. We also have Demonic Circle, Teleport, which is very, very nice. It's baseline for all 3 specs. These are obviously the baseline abilities. If you don't know what obviously Demonic Circle is, you put it down. Say if an enemy runs towards you and they're trying to get you, you can then TP back to your portal and, teleporting you to this nice circle on the floor. So really, really nice. I love having Demonic Circle. I love the, just like, I think it was Mr. Pandaria days where I used to use it. You go and not Shrine of the 7 Stars, the other one. What's the other one called? I can't remember off the top of my head. If we go to Pandaria, not Conlight Summit, we go to Vale. Shrine of the 2 Moons, yeah. So basically, when I played Warlock, and obviously when I was Alliance, I don't know if I was Horde then. I probably was Alliance, I can't remember, right? No, I think I was, actually. Basically, what I would do is I'd fly into the shrine, and then I will get to a point where you only can get up there if you have your mount and you get into a specific spot. So basically, as you go through the big, massive door, as I'm aware, I had this thought the other day, right? If you go through the big door, you can then quickly go up in the air and to the left, and you will actually sit on top of the door, and then you can put your Demonic Circle up there. You can troll the enemy, and it's actually quite fun. I just see this being good in Arena too, right? If an enemy's trying to kill you, you can just TP back to your healer. You can use your gateway, and as you know, Demo's one of the specs that has the most utility in my opinion, right? We have our curses now. We have Demonic Circle. We have Mortal Coil if you play that in the talent. We also have Reflect if you play that as a PvP talent. We have Axe Toss. We have, Pet Charm if you want to use that, but obviously you play your Foul Guard most of the time, unless you play the Pleasure Free Pain build, which I'll cover later in the PvP spell. And then we also have Shadow Fury, we have Fear. There's just so much going on, which makes Demo absolutely brilliant right now, and I think Demo could actually be very, very good, which is great. We also have Demonic Circle, which is standard. We also have a new spell called Foul Domination. If you don't know, Blizzard have increased the cast time of each pet. So each demon you want to summon, they've increased it to 4.3 seconds. I think it was up from a 1.5 second cast time. Now it's a 4.3 cast time. I think they've done this just so you can't swap pets mid-arena. So say if your pet's dying, and most people don't really use their health funnel, in my opinion. What they do is they just resummon it because it's easier, especially with all the, you know, haste stamps they have as well in arena. But because that's obviously, since Shadowlands coming out, that's actually going. You don't have the use of Corruption anymore, or Essence, or Azurite, which is great. You'll see my essences and everything on the PTR, just because it's the PTR pre-patch, so it's not the full Shadowlands build just yet. But hopefully I can get my hands on the beta quite soon, man. Can't wait. Fingers crossed, though. But basically, I'm going off topic right now. Foul Domination, if you don't know what this does, it decreases the cast time of your next summon demon spell by 5.5 seconds, and it's on a 3-minute cooldown. For example, say if the enemy is about to kill my pet, right, what I can do is I can pop Foul Domination, and then I can summon my Foul Guard, puts it on a 0.3 second cast time, therefore allow me to get a demon out quite fast. Good in PvE, but this is a PvP like first thoughts video, so it's really nice in PvP. I actually really like this change because I don't like the idea of mounting somebody's pet and then them being able to just run and summon it instantly. So the fact that they've increased the cast time and also put this ability out is very, very nice, and I like the risk reward aspect, because if you summon the wrong demon, then it could be, you know, costly towards the game. For example, say if you're against double melee and you accidentally have your Foul Hunter out, you can lock the healer, you can use this, swap to your succubus, pet charm one of them and win. But if you accidentally summon the wrong demon, man, then that's on you and you gotta wait 3 minutes. So all depends. So obviously don't rush with this, but you can probably macro it. So, you know, Foul Domination, slash cast Foul Domination, slash cast summon Foul Guard or something, that'll probably work. So that's actually gonna be very, very nice. I like it, but it's probably more of a PvE thing, but I can see it being like high skill cap in PvP, just so you can summon the right demon at the right time and CC the enemy, which is great. Ritual of Doom, as I'm aware of, right, that's from Legion, so don't worry about that. That's just for an artifact thing. And then we also have, you know, baseline spells, but we've already covered them, like in the Affliction one, and they're just standard to all 3 specs anyway. But what I notice is there's no, like, passive, right? For all 3 specializations, there's no passive ability. It's just basically fear upgrade. That's about it. And yeah, there's nothing really more to talk about in regards to the generic Warlock spells, but overall it's pretty nice. Now we're going to jump onto the demo specific spells, so the Demonology Warlock spells. Starting off and looking straight into it, basically, right? Nothing has been changed. There's no new abilities as I'm aware, and I don't think they've taken any old abilities out. So we have our cool Dreadstalkers standard, summons 2 Dreadstalkers to attack the target for 12 seconds, 20-second cooldown, costs 2 soul shards. Very, very nice. If you don't know what that does, basically, put it on the target. There we go. And it just basically attacks the target. They can be slowed, they can be, you know, entrapped in ice from mages, so into the Ice Nova. So just be careful of that, but it's very, very nice nonetheless. Does quite a bit of damage. Also, we have cool Foul Hunter. That's my PvP talent, so I'll cover all the talents and PvP talents later. We have Demon Bolt, which we already had as well. Basically, sends a bolt at the enemy, generates 2 soul shards, and obviously if you use Power Siphon as well, which is a talent, you actually get a load more of these procs, which is insane. Also, we have Hand of Gul'dan, which obviously we already had. We have Implosion, Summon Demonic Tyrant, which is your big spending ability. So basically, this is the spell you want to be pressing when you have so many wild imps out. So if you have all your imps, then what you do is you use Demonic Tyrant, especially if you play Demonic Consumption. It's actually going to help out a lot. You use this, and then your Tyrant's going to hit for a ton, but your Tyrant can be banished. It can be, like, you know, lined as well, so you have to use it when the enemy's out in the open and you put them into a stun, etc. Which is actually going to be good, because if you think about it, Essences is no longer a thing, so, like, Conflict and Strife won't matter. So if you actually stun the enemy, their Conflict and Strife from their Versa, well, their Versa in general, is not going to be doubled, so they're actually going to take quite a lot of damage from your Tyrant now. So if you put them into Axe Toss, use a Tyrant, stun them, put them into a Fear or a Mortal Coil, your Tyrant's going to melt them, so it's really good, and people are actually going to have to look out for your Demonic Tyrant now, and just try and line of sight it, which is great, or obviously banish it. We also have, unfortunately, no new passive abilities as well, so it's just basically BFA you know, demo with just, you know, Demonic Circle and Curses baseline now. So kind of unfortunate because obviously, as you know, Affliction got a new spell. Well, I say new spell. They got Shadow Embrace as a passive, but I don't see any talents or PvP talents or anything being baseline for demo. It's just Summon, Demonic Tyrant, Firebolt, and Dreadstalkers just being more empowered, which, I don't know, I would have liked to see some new abilities, man. I really would. But we're going to jump into talents now, guys. So basically, I'm going to talk about the talents and compare them to the BFA talents, and then we'll go from there. Level 15 talents, we have a choice of Dreadlash, Bioscourge Bombers, and Demonic Strength. So if you compare this to the BFA ones, right, it's the exact same. In BFA, your level 15 talents are Dreadlash, Demonic Strength, and then Bioscourge Bombers. So I don't know why they switched these two around. No idea whatsoever. But hey-ho, I guess they just did anyway. On these level 15 talents, I think all three of them could actually be vital. Sorry, my voice kind of went there. Demonic Strength, obviously really good. It increases the Foulstorm damage of your of your Foul Guard, which is absolutely incredible. If I use it here, ready? Boom. Thing I like about this, guys, is that it doesn't actually eat up your Foulstorm. That's the weird part, right? You use Demonic Strength and Foulstorm. It's two separate Foulstorms, which is absolutely amazing, which is cool. I have a macro that actually uses Demonic Strength and Foul Storm at the same time, which is actually pretty cool too. So it's just cool. The reason to why I don't let my pet do Foulstorm automatically is because say if a rogue goes and vanishes, I can actually use Foulstorm to try and get them out, and it's actually pretty good. I actually would recommend doing that. Bioscourge Bombers I used to use a bit, but the fact that you have to stun the enemy, use Bioscourge Bombers and try and do it that way isn't my cup of tea, isn't the best in my opinion. We also have Dreadlash. I used to like this a lot. Really nice for cleaving the enemy down. Basically what it does is your Dreadstalker's Dreadbite now attacks all targets within 8 yards, dealing 25% more damage. In my opinion, it's probably more of a PvE thing. People don't like playing this. Everybody prefers Demonic Strength in my opinion, but if I had to choose between Demonic Strength and Dreadlash, I'd probably choose Demonic Strength in PvP aspect, but if I was doing like Battleground, sorry, maybe I'd switch to Dreadlash depending on what composition I'm against, but all depends on what you want to play, but Demonic Strength is probably just the way to go, to be honest. Level 25 talents, we have choice of Demonic Cooling, Power Siphon, and Doom. On the live WoW right now, the level 30 talents, which obviously are the level 25, is Demonic Cooling, Power Siphon, and Doom. So nothing's changed whatsoever here, just depends on what you want to play. I can see Demonic Cooling being good, because every time you use your Shadow Bolt or Demon Bolt, they have a 20% chance to make your next cool Stalkers, cost 2 fewer Soul Shards and have no cast time. So I personally think that's actually good, because obviously your Dreadstalkers can get out instant, potentially. Therefore, you don't have to play Master Summoner, which is pretty cool, not going to lie. However, it might be a PvE thing. Doom, don't really see it being that good. You already have Corruption, so I don't think you would want Doom as well. Could be okay, but overall, not in my opinion. But Power Siphon though, hey-ho. Everybody plays this really in PvP. Basically, if you use this, it sacrifices 2 of your Wild Imps and gives you 2 stacks of Demonic Core. Is it 2 stacks? Wait. Yeah, it says 2 charges, but for some reason, I only have 1. Okay then. I guess because I only had 1 Wild Imp out, I think, so that's why. So basically, and it allows your Demon Bolt to do 30% additional damage. Who doesn't like that, man? Absolutely amazing. Let's put my pet on passive so you don't hear goddamn background noises all the time. Level 30 talents is Demon Skin, Burning Rush, Dark Pact. On live WoW, it's the exact same. 45 talents are Demon Skin, Burning Rush, Dark Pact. Nothing's changed here whatsoever. So basically, Demon Skin's going to be your way to go, probably. PvE, you'll probably use Burning Rush. And then Dark Pact could be okay. Don't get me wrong, I think it could be decent, because you can actually use this while suffering CC effects, which is cool. But overall, I think Demonic Skin's going to work better. It's just going to work better with your Soul Link and everything like that. And obviously, you have your Soul Leech as well. So I just think it's going to be absolutely good. Basically, increases your Soul Leech absorption rate, passively recharging more and everything. So really, really good. So if I read it out for you, your Soul Leech absorption now passively recharges at a rate of 0.5% of maximum health every 1 second and may absorb up to 15% of your maximum health. Absolutely incredible. I think that's obviously the way to go. Level 35 talents you have From the Shadow, Soul Strike, and Summon Vile Fiend. The exact same on live WoW. This would be the 60 talent. and it's from the Shadows, Soul Strike, and Summon Vile Fiend. Now, some people like Vile Fiend, some people like playing Soul Strike, some people like From the Shadows. If I play the Dreadlash build, I usually play From the Shadows just to give my Dreadstalkers that much more damage. But I actually think Soul Strike's still the way to go here. Basically, command your Felguard to strike the enemy, dealing X amount of damage in Shadow, and then generates Soul Shards. So it's just best when you're trying to generate Soul Shards for your Tyrant, because that's just an ability you can press every 10 seconds. Doesn't cost anything, it's instant as long as your pet's there, and it generates you a Soul Shard, so I really like that. Summon Vile Fiend, don't really see it being good. You know, demo, you cast so much, man. You know, you're casting everything to try and get your Tyrant out. You know, you're spending Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt, Demon Bolt, Hand of Gul'dan, Demon Bolt, Soul Strike, Demon Bolt, Power Siphon, Hand of Gul'dan, Tyrant, you know, just everything, and obviously your Dreadstalkers. I just don't see why you would want an extra ability to press. I guess if you want to burst, so when you summon your Tyrant, you can also summon, well, you can summon Vile Fiend and then your Tyrant, which could be insane. But in my opinion, there's just so much going on that I think I'd stick to Soul Strike in my opinion. Level 40 talents, you have Dark Fury, Mortal Core, and Howl of Terror. Obviously on Live WoW, this would be the 75 talents, Dark Fury, Mortal Coil, and then Demonic Circle. But because we have Demonic Circle baseline, you actually get Howl of Terror now. Covered this. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, guys. Whoa. So, obviously, Dark Fury reduces the cooldown of your Shadow Fury. Mortal Coil obviously heals you for a lot and obviously incapacitates the target for 3 seconds. Basically, heals you for 20% of your health, which is insane. Howl of Terror. Now, I said this on Affliction. Affliction, there was actually a cast time for Howl of Terror. There's no cast time for demo. Not sure about Deathstroke if it's there. It should be there, right? Because, obviously, Demonic Circle... Yeah, they should be the exact same for Deathstroke too, so Howl of Terror should be there as well. But there's no cast time. This could be insane. So basically, if you don't know what Howl of Terror does, any target who is close to you within 10 yards, you can actually click this ability and it's going to fear them. It's going to mass fear everybody. So I actually see demo being very, very nice for CC now. I'm not even kidding. Because basically, you could do some plays, man. Say if you're here, right? You have your Demonic Gateway. So say if you Demonic Gateway away, right, and a DK Death Grips you in. Say Death Grips you in, right? So pretend he Death Grip me here. I can use Howl of Terror. It will fear every single one of his pets around me, including anyone who's around me too. And it's going to allow me just to run away a little bit. And then, you know, I can do stuff like Axe Toss him. I can then put him into a Shadow Fury. If he wants to Death Grip me again, I can actually Reflect. I can put him into a Fear. There's so much you could actually do. And I think it's insane. So Howl of Terror might be very, very nice. Obviously, as I'm aware, it shares DR. So it shares your diminishing returns with Fear. So basically, you can't use this a lot. So say if someone's on a DR of your Fear already, then obviously you won't be able to use Howl of Terror. But man, I don't know. It could be decent. So say if you're against, like, 3, you know, say if you're in Arena, you're against DK, Demon Hunter, and Druid or something, right? You'll probably actually get more benefit out of playing Howl of Terror than Mortal Coil. Now, you don't get healing from Howl of Terror, but you can actually mass fear their pets, so could be okay. There's some situations where you might want to use this, actually. But, like, yeah, imagine that, right? You put your circle here, and you're low health, and they're trying to chase you down. Their healer's waiting in stealth there for, like, a bash or something, or, like, a rake stun, and so they can just kill you. You can Demonic Circle, Howl of Terror, and it's going to fear them, and you can try and get people out of combat, potentially. Especially with your Foulstorm, right? What you can do, use Foulstorm. If it gets somebody out, you can mass fear instantly. Like, there's some situations where it could work out nice, but Mortal Coil is obviously very good too. 45-second cooldown, heals you for 20% of your health, and incapacitates them for 3 seconds. So, depends on what you want to go, but these two are solid choices now. I like the fact that there's no cast time for Howl of Terror for demo. Not sure if they've just changed it for Affliction either, but wait, just let me check. I know this is obviously a demo video, but I want to check if they changed it. They've changed it. That is absolutely brilliant. They've changed it for all 3 specs, as I'm aware. So Howl of Terror is now instant. That is actually a huge upgrade, so thanks Blizzard. That's a huge buff. 45 times we have Soul Conduit, Inner Demons, and Grimoire Felguard. So basically, if you don't know, on Live WoW, it's basically the exact same. 90 talents or Soul Conduit, and then we also have Inner Demons and Grimoire Felguard. I always pick Inner Demons here, because you passively summon a wild imp to fight for you every 12 seconds and have a 10% chance to also summon an additional demon to fight for you. Obviously, the 10% chance is very, very low, but I just like having more wild imps out. It's going to help me, especially with demonic consumption, making my tyrant that much better. So in my opinion, absolutely amazing. You have Soul Conduit. I know some people play this, but I see this being more of a PvE thing, to be honest. But I can see some situations where you use it for PvP. Every soul shard you spend has a 15% chance to be refunded. So it's really good, don't get me wrong. Like, it's very amazing. And there's some situations where if you're playing the big tyrant build, you might actually want to play this, but I just like having another wild imp, right, who can fight for you, and therefore have a chance to obviously empower your demon more, which is great, and you can have a chance to actually get a bigger demon out. So when I said has a chance to empower your demon, what I mean by this is when you use your big tyrant with demonic consumption, it actually absorbs your imps around you, so obviously the more imps you have out, the more he's going to deal to the enemy, so really, really nice. Grimoire Foulguard even, I know people actually like playing this, but whoa, hold up. There's literally a world quest here right now. Grimoire Foulguard, basically there's a lot of people who play this. I don't like it, costs a soul shard. Basically what it does, it summons a Foulguard instant who runs to the enemy, has 25% increased damage, and then it also stuns the enemy when you summon it. I can see this being very nice for big explosive bursts. So maybe you play Vilefiend, Foulguard, and when you get your Tyrant out, your Foulguard actually stun them. And then that way your Summon Vilefiend can do a load of damage. Same with your Tyrant. So I can see situations where all three of these work, to be fair. I'm not even kidding, but my personal preference, I like Inner Demons just so it has, I can summon a Wild Imp passively every 12 seconds and have a 10% chance to summon a big boy demon man. It'd be absolutely insane. Level 50 talents, you have Sacrifice Souls, Demonic Consumption, Nether Portal. Again, on Live WoW, the 100 talents of Sacrifice Souls, Demonic Consumption, and Nether Portal, it's the exact same. Sorry for any background noise, my family's home right now, and this is the only time I can record this video, as I'm out later, so fingers crossed we can get this done. But basically, it's the exact same. I would have liked to see some new and improved spells, and, PvP talents and PvE talents. No, PvE talents, just talents in general, I mean. I would like to see some more, but unfortunately, doesn't look like Blizzard have done much in regards to that. But hey, Howl of Terror is now instant. Insane. But Sacrifice Souls, don't really like this. Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt deal 4% additional damage per demon you have summoned. More demons you have, and the more it's going to deal. So the more demons you have summoned. Demonic Consumption, absolutely love this. I think it's the go-to. Your Demon Commander now drains 15% of the life from your demon servants to empower himself. So they actually changed this. Before, it was every demon you have out, he actually consumes their life and empowers himself. So now it actually drains 15% of their life. So it actually doesn't kill your wild imps. So that's actually insane. I actually think that's a big, big, big change for Blizzard. Thank you, man. Demo is insane now. So instead of actually killing off your wild imps every time you summon your Demonic Tyrant and empowering himself, he actually just drains 15% of their life. So your wild imps are still out. I think they've done this so you can actually use Implosion more often. And just so you can actually deal a load more damage single target wise. So I actually like this. I think this is because there was so much high risk, high reward for playing this talent. Because obviously if you play Demonic Tyrant, then it can just get banished, line of sight and everything. So I think Blizzard said, you know what? What we'd do is we'll have this talent. We'll make your Tyrant hit for a ton. But if, the enemy gets away, then at least you have your Wild Imps to chase too. So at least they're out and you don't lose out on all your burst. Similar with like Affliction and the UA spam, they added Malefic Rupture to obviously, negate that, which is actually really good. So I like this change a lot. Nether Portal, I never use this, man. 1 Soul Shard, 1.8 second cast. Again, you have to cast it. 3-minute cooldown. Basically, tears open a portal to the Nether for 15 seconds. Every time you spend Soul Shards, you also summon a demon to fight for you, right? Sounds cool, don't get me wrong, could be decent, but I prefer Demonic Consumption. That's actually really good. I like what they've done with this change, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Good job, Blizzard. In regards to the PvP talent, so if we talk about that now, so basically, we had a choice of a load of, PvP talents. So if I basically cover the BFA ones first, so we had Singe Magic, Cool Foul Hunter, Pleasure Through Pain, Foul Lord, Observer, Fragility, Tongues, Weakness, Essence Strain, Casting Circle, Master Summer, and Netherward. That's all of the PvP talents we actually had. So now we have Singe Magic, which is basically the same, right? Command, your summon Imp. to remove all harmful magic effects from the target, but deals 3% of their total health and fire damage. Your imp must be your current pet to use Singe Magic. So maybe there's some situations where you want to use this in PvP, but overall there's obviously some good other ones too to use, so don't be feel forced to obviously use Singe Magic. It's good in certain situations when you want to cleanse obviously magic effects from the target, say your healer for example or something, or yourself. It just allows you to do that to a different target as well, which is nice. You have Cool Foul Hunter, which makes demo absolutely incredible because you have your Axe Toss baseline, if you have your Foul Guard out, and then you can spec into Foul Hunter for PvP. Right, it allows you, basically, you summon your Foul Hunter and then he locks the target. That's simple, 24-second cast, cooldown, instant cast, absolutely brilliant. It just allows you to lock the healer, lock somebody casting a certain spell. It's going to absolutely, you know, be vital for certain games. Maybe not necessarily if you're against double DPS, but, you know, there's some situations, especially if you're in threes or against healer DPS, could be used very, very effectively. Also, we have Pleasure 3 Pain. While your Succubus is active, your Shadow damage is increased by 15%, and the cast time of Shadow Bolt is reduced by 0.5 second. So, Shadow Bolt's on a 1.4 second cast time, so if you actually play this, it's going to reduce it to a 0.9 second cast time. Actually pretty good, but I just think Foul Guard's a little bit better. I have tried this before, and I actually kind of liked it, because obviously, you know, you can cast your Shadow Bolt a lot quicker, therefore getting your Tyrant out a lot faster. But it all depends on what you prefer. Would you rather have a Foul Guard out, who uses Demonic Strength, and has like 2 Foul Storms, and you can actually get Rogues out and stuff? Or would you rather have, you know what, have my Succubus out, play like Dreadlash or Bilescourge Bombers, and then try and get my Tyrant out as fast as possible? All depends on what you want to go, but it's actually a solid PvP talent nonetheless. We have Cool Foul Lord, costs 2 Soul Shards, oof, 1.5 minute cooldown. Basically what you do is you pull it on the floor, and then it summons a ring around it, and basically anyone who's actually in that ring is going to take damage from your Foul Lord, and they how much do they take? They take 5% of their maximum health and damage every time they obviously are in that circle, and it actually stuns the players too, apparently. Yeah, players struck will be stunned for 1 second, so it's only a 1 second stun, but it's okay. I guess you wouldn't want it too often, because obviously it might DR with certain stuns, but not too bad. We have Observer, instant, so it costs nothing, which is great. No Soul Shards about it. We have 1.5 minute cooldown, summons an Observer. Anytime an enemy within 20 yards casts a harmful magic spell, the Observer will deal 5% of target's maximum health in shadow damage. I can actually see this being good if you play with a Demon Hunter and they use Leviathan's Eye or something. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I know exactly what spell it is. Basically, they put a, not a curse, but they put something on a spell on the enemy. Every time they cast, while that's on them, they actually take a load of damage. So if you had Observer out, man, as well, it's going to do a lot. But I think it could be, I don't know, it can't be banished. No, I don't think it can. I don't think it can even be targeted, but you can just get out of this easy, right? You see the radius on the floor, and I don't know. Foul Lord and Observer is risky, but it can actually pay off if you use them correctly. You have Fragility. It's called Bane of Fragility rather than Curse of Fragility now, because obviously we got Curse's baseline, so they didn't want players to get confused. Reduces the target's maximum health by 15% for 10 seconds, 45-second cooldown. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really great for your burst. Gateway Mastery basically increases the range of your demonic gateway by 20 yards, and increases the cast time for you to actually cast gateway, and obviously reduces the cast time. Reduces the time you can actually use your gateway. So I think it's a 2-minute duration you get, but now it's actually a 1 minute 45 seconds until you can use the next one, which is awesome. Sorry again for background noise. We have Amplify Curse. What this does is instant 45-second cooldown. It empowers your 3 curses which you have. Curse of Exhaustion now reduces the movement speed of the enemy by additional 20%. So as you know, it's actually 50%, so it increases it to 70%. Now obviously Curse of Tongues increases the enemy's casting time by additional 30%. So at the moment it is 30%, so actually increases it to 60%. Very, very nice, man. And also Curse of Weakness, enemy is unable to critically strike you. So very good if you're trying to negate the enemy's burst. We have Essence Drain, basically the same as BFA. Whenever you heal yourself with Drain Life, the enemy deals 5% reduced damage for 6 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. You have Casting Circle, 1 minute cooldown, 0.3 second cast. I can actually see this being okay, especially in like Battleground. Summons a Casting Circle for 8 seconds. If you're in that Casting Circle, you're immune to silence and interrupt effects. Absolutely brilliant, but learning this actually, your unending resolve no longer gives you the immunity to like CC effects, so that's one drawback of it, but I can see it being okay. Master Summoner, with Casting Circle though, they can actually like fear you out and stuff, I think, so could be decent, but also could not. And Master Summoner, you call Dreadstalker is now instant. Obviously, I played this quite a lot. I feel like it's really, really good, so actually pretty decent there. Unless you play like Demonic Calling, then you might not want to play it. Nether Ward, 45-second cooldown, basically instant cast, allows you to reflect spells back to the enemy who's casting them on you. So basically, overall, we have some solid PvP talents, and we have some solid talents. It's really, really nice. I'm going to experiment with a load of these. Like, literally, most of these you can play in PvP, and most of these are quite decent, which is great, man. Alright guys, so that was it for basically me covering the spells and me covering the talents and PvP talents. Really nice. Let me know what you think of demo right now. We're going to jump into some arena games and then hopefully everything will be decent. But before we do that, I just want to go through some spells that I would like to see, similar to what I did with the Affliction Warlock PTR video. So overall, demo seems brilliant, right? The change to Howl of Terror and the change to Demonic Consumption is absolutely amazing. I love this, man. Absolutely brilliant. But I know realistically we're never going to get the spell back right. As long as Demon Hunters are available and accessible, you're never going to get the choice of having Metamorphosis back or Dark Apotheosis. So if you don't know what Metamorphosis, basically transforms you into a big Metamorphosis, a big massive demon, and it changes your Hand of Gul'dan ability, making it Chaos Wave, I think, so dealing a load more damage. I think it dodged your Shadow Bolt into Lash of something, I can't remember. And basically what I'm trying to get at, right, is it changes your abilities and powers them while you're in demon form, allowing you to do a ton more damage, which is great. Love Metamorphosis. It was like the epitome of demo locks. You see somebody pop that and you want to run because you know you're going to get your backside whooped. That's all I'm saying. But Dark Apotheosis, they've added this in as well, but obviously no longer available, especially not in BFA or Shadowlands or anything like that, but it was available on certain different expansions. Basically, it reduces the damage you take by 10%, and magic damage taken by 15% on a 10-second cooldown. Obviously, back then, I don't think we had soul shards. We had similar to priests, where you ramp up your demon energy, and then you start spending that while in Metamorphosis or Dark Apotheosis. But that was a really nice spell. I remember playing Metamorphosis, jumping off cliffs, and then demonic leaping to the floor. In World PvP, it was amazing, and I loved that. Maybe Kill Jaden's Cunning could be good. Kill Jaden's Cunning, if you don't know what this is, you can cast spells while moving for 8 seconds, and it's on a 35-second cooldown. So I could be running, I could be casting Hand of Gul'dan, Fears. Alongside I'm moving, I can cast for 8 seconds, which is great. 35-second cooldown, so it's really, really nice. And one last ability that I wanted to mention, well, maybe two. We have Hellfire, so basically you don't really need this, and it's just a subtle change, right? Basically, you didn't know what Hellfire does. You channel it, and then you can run around, right? And basically, it spreads a immolation around you, so fire around you, and you can just run. It sacrifices what I think it was 2% of your HP every couple seconds or something. But at least you can try and get rogues and druids and everything out of stealth. Really nice. And then Foul Flame. Foul Flame, really loved. Just allows you to use an ability when you're locked and stuff like that, and it allows you to stop the enemy from capping bases. I really like that, but you don't have to worry about demo having that in that sense, because you have Power Siphon, so you can literally just get Demon Bolt insta, 2 stacks of Demonic Core instantly. You can use Soul Strike, you send your pet in, you've got Dreadstalkers. Demo, you don't have to worry about having Foul Flame, but overall, man, I would have liked to see a couple more changes, but I don't think demo actually needs it right now, if I'm completely honest. I really don't. The fact that they have Demonic Consumption like this is insane. So basically, let me do some bursts right now, right? So we Hand of Gul'dan into a Hand of Gul'dan. I want to check this. So if I summon my Tyrant now, boom. Yep, see, it only sacrifices 15% of the health, and damage dealt by your demons is increased by 15%. And obviously you get Demonic Consumption, so damage increased by 771. Obviously, depending. So they've changed it now. So instead of... That's really good. So obviously, he still gets the Demonic Consumption buff. So empowers himself. But your demons also deal a ton of damage, which is very, very nice. So I really like that change. And I actually see myself potentially playing a little bit of demo in Shadowlands. I'm obviously going to experiment with all 3 specs, but I can see demo being very nice. But guys, what we're going to do now is I'm going to end it here, and then I'm going to do some arenas, and then hopefully some battlegrounds. If I haven't managed to get into a battleground, I'll obviously let you guys know, but fingers crossed we can do it, and I will see you guys when we're in the arena. Let's do it, man. Alright guys, we are against Frostmage and Sub-Rogue right now. If you don't know, Sub-Rogues are absolutely busted, so this is going to go one way and one way only. I'm going to get absolutely one shot, but hopefully we can actually counter that. Alright, let's go. Okay then. I'm going to actually claw off the bat. Big damage. Fear. Here comes Hand of Gul'dan. Into a stun. Okay, I'm actually going to damage his pet then. Just so I can get my stacks up. Here comes my Tyrant. Oh, he tried step kicking me. He tried step kicking me and he missed the kick. Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it, boys. You hate to see it. I'm sorry, dude. He's going to get Tyranted. He left the game. Did he leave the game? Yeah, he definitely gave up. What a shame. What a shame, boys. I can't believe that. It's actually quite funny. Nice. Good job. Nice work. Look at my damage as well. Good job. Alright guys, I actually forgot to mention, so traits and essences are actually a thing on the PTR, right? Because it's the pre-patch, but I'm playing Supreme Commander ×2, Explosive Potential, Baleful Invocation ×2, and then 1 Shadow's Bite. And in regards to essences, we've gone with Vision of Perfection, Breath of the Dying, Lucid Dreams, and Conflict and Strife. Looks like we're only against a Marksman Hunter right now, but I think this DK is the same one he was in my previous game, so fingers crossed it is, and hopefully we can get this guy down. It could just be a UI bug. There could actually be another person there, but I don't think there is, unfortunately. I think it's just a hunter. So let's see how much damage we can do, man. Watch it be like a proper famous person who's just absolutely insane on hunter. Oh my god! Gonna slow him down here. Just let my pets do the work. This guy's giving me a 1v1, which is great. Keep him in combat. Ready for this? Oh, I can get my embers off. Cool. Big damage. Big damage. Tyrant comes out. Come on, Pat. Go back over there. Come on, Pat. This is an intense 1v1 right now. Put him into a stun. And I killed him. Awesome! That was an intense 1v1 there. Like, I was playing that so bad, but hey ho, we didn't have the right build, but we still managed to get the 1v1. Respect to that DK for obviously letting me do that. Let's jump into the next one. Guys, I just realised this DK said roll for 1v1. My bad, I didn't see that. I had my combat log on. Oops. Who am I against? Got a demonic circle there. I think I'm against that hunter again. I'm going to use my claw first global. Claw. Stun. Tyrant. Big damage. Dreadstalkers. Oh my god. What the hell? What? It was a 1v1 and he got absolutely obliterated. Okay then. Alright guys, looks like we're against a Marksman Hunter and a Frost DK, so hopefully we can win this one. I'm playing this build. Just going to stay with the standard build. I'm an idiot. Oh! I completely forgot to swap out my Foul Hunter ability. It's okay though. So Marksman Hunters deal a lot of damage, but I'm playing with a Priest, so I'm not going to complain there. I'm just going to pop the Tyrant out immediately. Going to TP. Exhaustion. Wall this. Watch out for this Hunter, boys. Fear the Hunter. Going to get this guy out of his big ability. Here comes big damage. Tyrant proc. Insta. Nice. Good job. He turtled here. I'm going to actually start starting off his pet then. Wow. Starting generating my embers on his pet. Going to stun him. And he died. Brilliant. I'm like topping damage constantly. It's really, really nice. Demo feels good. Affliction feels nice too, but I can see this working. Alright, let's jump into the final game, guys. Alright, looks like the last game of today will in fact be threes, which is actually really, really cool. We're going to probably, I want to say go on the rogue here, but warriors are quite good to go on too. Howl of Terror could be decent. I'm not going to play Warlock here. If I can play something like Cool Foul Lord, that could be decent. I think Gateway Mastery or Amplified Curse might actually be the best choice here, just so I can actually empower my weakness and empower my exhaustion, etc. But I think we'll play with this a nice Foul Lord. Let's do it, man. Hopefully we can do some damage. Okay, so what we're going to do, Gateway this side. Control 7. Got the Rogue out stealth immediately. Cool. Stunned him. I'm going to wall up high. I don't really want to wall, but it's actually a little bit better. What we're going to do is CC the healer now. Shadow locked, even though I wasn't casting there. Stun these two. Fear the healer. Big damage now. Smoke bomb. Dude, our teammate left. Come on, man. This was actually going solid. I'm not even kidding. We had like the best opener ever. We're doing another one, guys, because that's actually unfair. That's really, really unfair. I got locked. Damn. Yeah, we do one more. Let's get into the next one. Well, this guy just said, what's with this mana bug? And I guess that's when he left. So I'm guessing he couldn't actually cast any of his abilities. Could be wrong, but I think that's what happened. I don't know, though. Alright, guys, this is going to be the last game. We are, in fact, against Arms Warrior and Affliction Warlock. Unfortunately, I've been trying to do a Battleground Man, but I've been in queue for about an hour now. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to showcase some Battleground content, but hopefully we can get the win here. Going to go on to this Warlock, I think. Going to play with this build. Here comes the big damage. You ready for this? Claw comes out immediately. Gonna stun him. Big damage. What I'm also gonna do is put curse on him. Here comes his. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Here's his dark glare. Gonna banish it. Big damage. Fear the warrior here. Kick him on Malefic Rapture. Slow him down. He killed my pet. I can also do this. I might die here. I just used my ability by mistake. It's my bad. Damn, Affliction Man's insane. Alright, I don't want him chasing me, so I'm going to resummon. Hope he jumps down. Doesn't look like he's going to jump down. I'm just going to TP back up then. Good job. Now, I was running most of that game, but we did 199k damage, which is great. And Affliction Warlocks are absolutely amazing. That guy nearly melted me there and he wasn't dying. Like, it's actually insane. But guys, I'm going to actually end it here because look at this Battleground queue, man. An hour and 4 minutes. Just, I don't have the time. I literally got to go out in 20 minutes or so, and I have to eat and finish my coffee here. So unfortunately I can't do any more arena or battleground, so I really do apologize. But this was just basically my first thoughts on demo Warlocks right now on the Shadowlands PTR. Like, obviously the damage isn't accurate, right? We've got traits and essences and everything, but no corruption, which is nice. And oh no, did you see? As you can tell, guys, even the PTR doesn't want me on today. But nonetheless, that's not going to stop me from doing the outro. But guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Overall, I feel like Demolocks are actually really viable right now, especially in PvP and PvE. Their demons do quite a bit of damage, but that's only if you set up the burst correctly. Affliction Warlocks right now are absolutely insane. They're probably going to get nerfed in my opinion, but I really don't want them to. I really hope they just balance everything out and make everything viable, but I don't really know how it's going to turn out. But I'm going to try Destro, Demo and Affliction, all three specs in Shadowlands, see which one I like the most. But I think I'm going to play Affliction like normal, because that's obviously been my main spec for a while now. And then I'll probably dabble into Demo and Destro as well. But overall though, I think Blizzard have done a good job with Demo. It's kind of just BFA Demo, but it feels a little bit nicer since we have Curses and Demonic Circle baseline. And I just really like the change to Demonic Consumption. Now, not obviously eating up the imps, it now just instead of sacrificing them, it just drains 15% of their life and empowers the obviously your tyrant. And then obviously Howl of Terror, they put that on an instant cast. So thank you so much, Blizzard. That means a lot, man. Literally on the video, I swear it was on a 1.4 second cast or like a 0. something cast, and they actually changed that. Hold up, I have a really good. Did they change Deathbolt? If they changed Deathbolt to instant as well, that's literally two things I covered, but I don't think they would have. I know this is a demo video, but I just really want to see. Nah, Deathbolt's still on a cast time. But hey, at least Howl of Terror is instant. But overall, damage's really nice. Their pets do a lot of damage. You can do a load of single target and AoE damage as well with your Hand of Gul'dan and your Tyrant, which is nice too. But overall, guys, I really like Demo. I think it's going to be really nice in Shadowlands as well. So fingers crossed, you know. Let me know in the comments if you decide to play Demo or not, but I think I'll be playing Affliction and then trying out Demo and Destro as well like I normally do. But guys, oh my god, it happened again. What's going on? Well, yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm going to speed run through this intro so we don't obviously get disconnected again. But thank you so much. If you did like it, then obviously make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and also subscribe. Are you kidding me? To the channel. I've been Xrathis. I'll catch you in the next one. So, peace!